Welcome back, Punk.
Looks like I missed out on all the fun. That was impressive how you tricked them into defending their Unity titles. And then walked away with them, too. Well done.
Thanks. I guess that producer Troy was fired by Mutiny for his screw-up and is now groveling to get his job back with us. Good luck with that.
I have to admit, I'm a little jealous. You got your hands on the Unity champions after what they did to me. But I'll get my shot sooner than later.
I know you will. Which leads us to our next move. We've spoken to the GMs, and we think the best strategy is to divide and conquer between Raw and SmackDown.
At least Aldous and Pierce have our backs, unlike old Triple H. Convenient how he continues to sit on the sidelines, isn't it?
Yeah, it is convenient. I can't believe he's still staying neutral. Makes you wonder if there's something else going on there.
In any event, if we split up, we'll have coverage on both brands to fight off any Mutiny attacks. I'll be headed to SmackDown.
And I'll be focusing on Raw. What about you, Punk?
I think it makes sense for me to float between both brands to help keep an eye on things. There's a lot of top names jumping ship, and I'd like to use my influence to put an end to that.
Sounds like a solid plan. Which brand should we focus on first?
Am I the only one seeing this, Oos? NXT's Mutiny out here making moves, pulling everyone to their side while people watch the uprising from the sidelines. Even Triple H and the board are low-key cheering for them.
You don't have to remind me. I saw it firsthand at the draft, remember? It should be all hands on deck.
Yeet. We need more people doing stuff like taking those Unity titles off them.
Thanks. It might have been a small victory, but every little bit helps. If we can keep chipping away, eventually they'll topple.
For real. Anything to slow their momentum down. It was starting to feel like they could do whatever they wanted. Reminds me of when the Bloodline first started. We had that edge, and nobody was cool like us.
But we've seen that all play out before, right? Starts out hot, but a lot of folks are gonna get left out once they get what they want, you know?
Seen it, felt it. When you're useful, you get used. When you're not, well, like you said, we've seen how that plays out.
It's impressive the way Mutiny's able to manipulate people. They've got a knack for pulling strings and making the bad guy look cool. But that's something we could work with. Use their own game to play them.
You got something cooking.
You said it yourself. People are joining up because Mutiny is cool. It's got an edge that makes standard corporate WWE look basic.
We can't compete with that smoke.
Not unless I show them some fire, Oos.
So you do have a plan. Yeet.
Yep. And I'm kicking it off later tonight. You're gonna love this one, Jay.
Can't wait, Oos.
I'm sure I'm not the only one still distracted by that NWO shirt. It's tough to focus on a match with that hanging in the air.
Well, just try being a professional, Saxton. It's a shirt. Besides, I'm sure we'll get an explanation when the time's right.
Well, I'm also sure Chad Gable isn't worrying about his opponent's wardrobe. Yeah. He looks poised to prove that skills, not shirts, win matches.
If this lands, it might be all over.
Shoulders down, pinning predicament, and that only gets a 1 count.
Optimistic thinking on that pin attempt. In the corner, has to find a way out of there.
Caught him right in the jaw. What a shot.
These two showing how well they know each other.
Ooh, knee right
face. Gets out of the way of that one. Boot. You saw that being telegraphed. All tied up now. Gaining some more control here, pushing their opponent to the corner.
And he counters.
Arm system. Look at these vicious kicks to the jaw. Showing absolutely no mercy at all. What an onslaught.
Running knee lift. Oh, he paid for that. High risk.
Getting him right into the corner.
Pinpointing the leg.
Ooh. And now you have to protect that leg from further harm. You can't finish a match on one good leg alone.
Being driven to the ropes here. Good display of power.
Oh my gosh!
There it is. Reversal.
Uh-oh.
Finds a counter for Gable.
Oh my gosh. Terminating knee smash.
And he heads back into the ring.
The knee to the jaw.
Return fire from Gable.
And he's got him in his sights. Got him right where he wants him.
I think he really felt that one.
Yeah, Chad just ramped up his intensity.
Broken up with a fist to the face.
These two are finding an answer for everything. That was about as perfect as it gets from Gable.
There's the pin. Can Chad do it? And he kicks out of the pin and won.
Shows that this is still anybody's match at this point. Oh, for a little spin. Spinning choke slam. What impact. That can do Gable in.
No way. No way.
Still not over. Gable is still in this. How the heck did he kick out? Lesson number 1 from the Alpha Academy is tenacity. That's how.
And you got to think that all the plans are out the window after that. Taking things to the outside, but got to make sure to heed the officials' count.
Chopping down the tree right at the trunk.
He's headed to the top now.
Oh my God.
Taking a flight to nowhere.
I don't care who you are. You're not the same after suffering a crash landing like that. He wants his crowd on their feet. He wants them to make some noise.
Look out.
Good Lord. Taking flight. Completely throwing self-preservation out the window. I don't know how your mind would even think about doing that. Don't do it.
Somersault plancha!
Like a heat-seeking missile hit the target right on the mark. Back in the ring. He's getting pumped up. He's really in this now.
Counter. He knew just what to do.
From the electric chair position, dropping bombs, trying to escape, and they do. And the arm drag.
Oh, counters right into the breadbasket. Sent right into the corner.
Dismantling the arm in the corner.
Gotta hurt.
And a hearty shoosh from Mr. 4.0. There's no coming back from that, guys. Nice monkey flip. The WWE Universe is pouring more fuel on his fire right now.
Ooh, he scattered that one.
Chad Gable. Perched on the shoulders. Pow! Gable is completely out of it. Victory and win.
Here is your winner.
An impressive victory, and maybe with the win under his belt, we can get some clarity about his attire.
I hope so, Corey. With all the chaos Mutiny is causing these days, the last thing we need is ambiguity. I have a feeling this is more than just a random shirt.
Incredible performance out there tonight, but I think there's one question on everyone's mind. Why the NWO shirt?
Look, we all know that WWE is at a turning point. There's a civil war brewing, and it's largely because WWE has become stale, predictable, formulaic. We need to evolve.
So you're saying that you're joining Mutiny?
No. Mutiny is chaos for the sake of chaos. And just like so many times in history, the real fighters are going to get pushed aside once the leaders get what they want. Anyone who thinks they could trust Bayley and KO to protect their best interests is an idiot. So here's my message to all the superstars on both sides and everywhere in between. It's time for a new direction. We need to embrace our past to forge our future. That's why I'm wearing this shirt. The NWO wasn't about politics. It was about power and domination. So anyone who wants to stop playing the game and wants to run it, join me in my NWO movement.
That is a powerful call to arms, but as the former #1 draft pick, some might say you're as establishment as it gets. How do you reconcile that with calling for this new direction?
Being the #1 pick gives me a platform. My position lets me bridge the gap between the establishment and the rebels. I'm not here to tear down. I'm here to build better. So stand with me and take the third path. Not mutiny, not the WWE establishment, but a movement built on real power. I'm calling for a new era. Not just to challenge mutiny, but to redefine this business as it should be through dominance and brute force. Welcome to the New World Order.
So, do you want to tell me what the hell you're thinking? Bringing back the NWO?
Relax. Let me explain.
You'd better explain. I made you the #1 draft pick because I trusted you to be a cornerstone for WWE, not spearhead a whole new rebellion.
It's not another rebellion. This NWO stuff is just a way to stir up some trouble within Mutiny. It's a play. I just need people to believe it's real. And that's obviously working.
That is a pretty good idea, actually. But I really wish you'd run the stuff past me first.
And spoil the surprise? Come on. I've got this under control. Just sit back and enjoy my brilliant manipulations. You just might learn something.
Okay, I'll give you some rope. Just be smart.
I always am. That's why it's working.
This isn't just another match. The newly formed NWO needs to show they can stand up to Mutiny's challenge.
Exactly, Corey. And with Mutiny members like Joe Coffey and Shotzi now donning NWO colors, this fight isn't just pivotal, it's personal.
And our personal feelings aside, I'm sure Mutiny wants to squash this new faction before they can prove the NWO can be major players too.
Oh, look at this arm wrench. Beautiful back kick. Harlem side kick. His adrenaline is pumping right now.
Now heading outside.
And the announce table's getting a makeover.
That's not very feng shui.
That definitely says more chaos to me.
Clothesline. He gets out of the way.
Face, meet, knee.
Oh, absolutely brutal. Oh, no, I think they may have busted him open, guys. Into a ripcord lariat. What a combination.
Referee setting the hardware aside, clearing the way for any future damage.
And he turned it around.
Chess match of counters and reversals happening here.
Rear European uppercut.
Beautiful arm wringer applied. Dang, so accurate.
I understand getting yourself fired up, but he needs to stay on his opponent.
Knee to the midsection. Bang to the neck.
Breaker showing no answer for this attack.
Ron's on the wrong side of every exchange. Lands a body shot.
Wear and tear of this match is clearly starting to get to him.
This whole match has been such a pendulum of offense, though. Middle rope forearm on point. Spear! That was vicious.
The end for Breaker is looking inevitable here.
Going for a little spin. Slam. That might do it. That might have knocked Breaker out for good. An emphatic victory.
Here is your winner.
After that victory, it seems clear this new NWO is poised to be a major player in the fight against Mutiny.
Absolutely, Cole. They're taking over. The New World Order is here, and they're not just here to participate. They're here to dominate.
NWO for life, baby. And boss, before you say anything, you should know I'm already putting together a crew to help the Black and White take out Mutiny and rest of the WWE. So far, it's me, and that's it. But you gotta start somewhere.
Right, look, just slow down.
I can't slow down. I'm all in. SmackDown is gonna get smacked. Raw is gonna get cooked. They won't even be able to call it Raw anymore. They'll have to call it extra well done, even though it won't be well done at all when we're through with them. NWO!
Quiet, Truth. Listen, this whole NWO thing, it's complicated.
No, it's not. That's the beauty of it. I don't know if you've noticed, but there are a lot of superstars here who are 3 corners short of a squared circle. If you get my drift, they're very easily fooled. That's why we need this. It's totally real, and it's awesome. Watch. NWO Sneak Attack. That felt amazing. Now everyone knows the NWO is back.
It's not. Truth, you need to listen to me.
Good idea. You be the boss, and I'll be the enforcer and go find some more WWE superstars to beat up under the banner of the NWO.
No, don't do that.
Okay. Then you be the boss, and I'll be the idea man. Here's my first one. NWO pay-per-view. Location? The moon. All we need is a rocket. How hard do you think it'll be to take over NASA?
Listen to the words I am saying. This whole NWO thing is fake. I made it up. I'm just trying to destabilize Mutiny, that's all. No,
it's not real? It feels real to me.
It's not, though.
Okay, I understand. It's not real because we still need to dream it into reality. And we will. Because it's out with the old and in with the new world order. You are inspiring.
And you are exhausting.
I thought you said you had this under control.
I do. It's just our truth that's the problem. And then
Well, we wouldn't want that. It'd be a real shame if I only had one massive insurrection to deal with. Now I'm losing superstars to two factions.
I can't help it if I'm so convincing people from both sides are jumping. There's always collateral damage, but at the end of the day, it's working. That's what's important.
You need to end it. Now.
How about I end it next week? We've got some momentum. And I might have already paid for some things to make this NWO movement seem legit, including a non-refundable deposit on an arena, throwback set and all.
Fine, but only because Orton and Gunther are looking for payback. And Mutiny too. So at whatever NWO show you're apparently putting on, you're gonna host an inter-brand fatal four-way. Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and your fake New World Order.
It'll be a night to remember.
Just make sure when it's over, your NWO is forgotten.
Each of these four has something to prove at tonight's special sold-out event after NWO's bold return set this whole power keg off.
Right, Saxon, they came out swinging, but the ripples from that strike had put everyone on edge. Now it's about who can assert their dominance in this chaos on NWO's temporary home turf.
And with tensions this high, each superstar in the ring is not only fighting for victory, but also fighting to redefine the future of WWE.
Manages to fight out with a series of punches.
Gets lifted into position.
Slam down. Going for it. Trying to step through. Roll on their belly. Now they're just punishing their opponent now.
Perched up top. Knee drop.
Can he put it away?
Just kicks out. Somehow, some way.
It looked like Balor's quest for excellence was met with some resistance there.
Connects. Saw it coming. German suplex. Picking up speed off the rope. Oh, hip drop to the gut. Into the lariat. On the shoulders and a slam. Oh my gosh, big elbow.
Set him up for the...
Look at this. Snap suplex. Ooh.
kicks out.
Gonna take a lot more than that to keep this man down.
Knees meet face. He's doing it.
Going for the pin. Counter stop. It's not over yet. And now we have Gunther. Man. And it looked like Gunther was the one that cringed there.
Utilizing a little penchak salap. Like he's got 11 arms and feet.
Yes, the trash can connects.
Talk about taking out the trash.
Orton able to counter.
Oh no, dropping the arm. Vicious stomps to the hand.
You have to imagine the disdain it takes to repeatedly stop someone like that. Counters the Viper's attack.
Oh, you can tell he's feeling it now. This fight is pumping him up.
Back into the ring here.
He's ready to show his opponent and the world what he's made of.
Oh, he timed that counter well.
Loving blow.
Oh, the physicality on display there. Unbelievable. Oh, what a response.
Battle with a kick. Battle on his working the elbows. Chokeslam. That could end.
That's an unusual decision.
Maybe looking to deal some more damage first.
And get sent right into the corner.
Oh, there's a response against Finn.
And staying with it, into the cover.
And now to Gunther. Randy Orton, backbreaker. Just burying their opponent with that trash can. Lands the trash can.
That'll leave a mark.
Drop kick to the knee. Oh, drop kick.
A carefully measured knee drop.
Slowed it down with the back elbow. Boom! Oh my! This could be it.
Trying to steal one here. He breaks up the pin. Stops the referee's count. Oh, kick right to the gut.
He's got it.
Breaking up the pin right there. Then Balor. Knee straight to the neck.
Oh man!
Set up that slam.
Lands an elbow.
Oh man, did you hear the snap of the Gunther could be it. No, stops the count at 2.
I didn't think we'd see a kick out there.
Savage knee to the face. Into an elbow drop.
Where's Finn going now? He's in the drop zone.
Balor could take this one.
And he saves the matchup. But now Gunther. He's going up.
On the top rope. Can Gunther recover from that?
Wow, look at this. Arm wrench.
Leg lair.
This could be it. This could be the end. No! Kick out at 2. How? Neckbreaker. I can't see this fight going much deeper.
I highly doubt anybody's going to throw in the towel though.
Got them off their feet here.
This body is taking a lot of punishment.
Orton has it pinned. Here we go. Stop the pin, preventing this match from ending. Into a DDT.
Sharp elbow.
Went after the head and neck again.
Maybe trying to ride the opposition's balance.
Rear European uppercut.
take it to him here. Gunther wants to finish this, delivering a powerbomb.
Gunther can taste victory now.
Now here's Orton. Everything he can do to create space here.
Inflict additional damage. Yeah, Balor wants to wreak as much havoc on his opponent as possible. Ah, a big boot. Escape that in a hurry.
Set him up. Russian leg sweep. Looking to end this.
Tremendous power.
Somehow, Orton is down.
He manages to kick out. What strength. Orton escaping by the skin of his teeth with that one. He has to think that was too close for comfort.
That was the whole run. He's going for the pin. Back to Finn Balor. Oh, he breaks up the pin just in time. Pulled in.
Belly to belly.
And kick finds the mark.
Heads outside the ring.
To the sky.
And come on, no. Don't bring the trash can out. That's for cleaning.
Well, Saxton, it's about to be used to clean house.
Yes, the trash can connects. Talk about taking out the trash.
He's feeling it. Got him in his sights.
Treating him like trash, adding insult to injury. This one's heading to the outside.
Balor with the counter. Face first off the knee.
He gets into the ring.
Sledgehammer, how do you recover from that?
And he retaliates.
Nice scoop slam.
Taking steps toward the top rope.
And Balor on top.
Finn got all of it.
Looking for the pin.
No time breaking that up.
Meanwhile, we see Gunther. European uppercut. Balor being measured. The end could be near. This is a situation you want to avoid.
Right across the larynx.
With the cover.
This might be it.
He breaks up the pin attempt.
Sweeps the legs. Stop.
Turns it around.
Cannot keep Finn down.
Beautiful transition.
And now the cover. And a kick out. No one saw that coming.
Balor's a man of conviction. He will not stay down in the face of defeat.
But now this is when Randy Orton is at his most dangerous, a viper who's had a taste and knows what it takes to win.
Swinging the elbow to halt the offense.
And he was able to turn that around on Balor.
Oh, for a little spin. Hunter chokes it. It's over. Gunther is done.
Balor with the pin.
This might be over.
Stops the count, keeping this match alive. And meanwhile, Finn Balor.
Rocked by the clothesline out of nowhere. Looking for more damage here.
Released.
He's going for the pin.
And he stops the count. Placing him in the corner. He's looking to take things to the outside now. He gets back into the ring.
Right to the kidneys from behind.
Gunther shifts that to his favor.
Inverted face lock. Driven down with an elbow to the heart.
Gunther could be out.
Ending the 3 count.
But now we see Balor.
Balor with the kick. Balor on the move. Oh, the basement drop kick.
Look at this. Oh, nice.
That's going to hurt. Clean knee to the face.
Fakes the pin. This might be it. Kicks out.
There's some shock in the arena after that kick out.
Oh, look at this. Arm wrench. Look out.
So invasive. Ooh, sledgehammer to the body. This is...
He wants to end this. Barely kicks out.
How in the world did he kick out?
Being placed in the corner here. Oh, he cuts it off.
Big impact from the suplex. Drop kick.
Hooked up. Nothing fancy there. Spinning Uranagi.
Looking to end this. Spinning chokeslam. What impact. That's it. Gunther is out. Got him. And he wins the Fatal 4-Way.
Here is your winner. And there it is. The NWO proves once again why they're back and more formidable than ever, clinching a critical victory tonight.
Absolutely, Cole. This victory isn't just significant. It's too sweet.
Tonight was a revelation, but let me be clear, it was not a revolution. The so-called NWO revival? Well, the truth is that it was nothing more than a hoax. I stand with Team Raw and SmackDown. Always have, always will. I apologize for the confusion. It was never my intention to let Raw and SmackDown superstars get caught up in this. I hope that you all can someday understand that I was fighting a much greater enemy. To everyone who thought they were part of something new, understand this. It was all a strategic ploy. The point? To reveal the weak spots in Mutiny's armor, to sort out the tough from the talkers. And guess what? It worked. They broke ranks as soon as they saw a shiny new toy. But now, my WWE friends, it's time to band together. Raw, SmackDown, NXT, whatever's left of it. We all stand against mutiny. We're not just prepared, we are united, and together we're unstoppable. Mutiny! You're in our sights, and we're coming for you. And our truth, my loyal soldier, listen up. The NWO adventure? It was a blast, but that chapter's over. We need to lace up for the real fight, the one right ahead of us.
I have to hand it to you. Reviving the NWO to draw out the weak links from Mutiny was genius. You really turned the tables on them.
And maybe found myself a disciple in our truth.
He was a wild card, but he helped make it believable. I don't think you would have managed to pry so many members of Mutiny loose otherwise. Their ranks are pretty solid.
Not as solid as they thought. We exposed some serious cracks.
That's true. And I gotta say, the way you played both sides was impressive. Could be a trick we keep up our sleeves.
Absolutely. With the chaos we've created, they won't know who to trust.
We should talk about what's next. I spoke to the GMs, and you're going to defend your Unity titles at WWE Payback.
Mutiny maneuvered their way into a title match?
No, you'll actually be facing Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins.
Might be nice to take a break from battling Mutiny.
Exactly. And since you're facing a team from our side, there's no chance of the titles going back to NXT.
We don't plan on losing either way.
Even though they're not directly involved in the match, I still think Mutiny might try to interfere. And since we all know that Hunter and the board won't do anything about it, I'll be in your corner to watch your backs. Deal?
Sounds good to me.
Amidst all this NXT mutiny chaos, there's one thing that's been catching our eye, piquing our interest, if you will.
Don't get us wrong. We are Team WWE all the way. We support anyone who's fighting the good fight. But two of our teammates have something we want. The Unity Tag Team Championships. And now, we've been given the opportunity.
And who better to hold the Unity titles than an actual wedded couple? That's real unity. Unlike the current champions whose bond is that they grew up together. I grew up with a lot of weirdos. Doesn't mean they'd make a good tag team partner.
But don't worry, after we relieve you of your titles, all will be well in the world. You can get back to focusing on Mutiny, and everyone can rest easy that the Unity titles are still safe and sound with Team WWE.
One last thing. CM Punk, we hear you're gonna be in the champ's corner. We don't need anyone in ours, since we have each other.
But don't try any funny business out there, okay? Or we'll send you right back to the hospital.
Keep those belts nice and warm, champs. We're coming for you.
This Unity title match is the reason the championships were created, for the best in WWE competing in the same ring.
The key phrase there is best in WWE, Cole. Whoever wins this match, the Unity Championships are out of Mutiny's hands.
You got that right, Corey. This is an all WWE title match, and I am here for it.
Each athlete finding an answer for takedown. Looking for the crossface. It's cinched in. This could be...
Will it get counter? Yes. Not letting the submission attempt do any more damage here. Followed right to the face. Oof. Look at this. Boom. Nice. Push. Caught in a bad spot.
Scoop slam sets things up. Wow, picture perfect moonsault.
And now placed in the corner.
Had it scouted. Now can capitalize.
Like he's got 11 arms and feet. Counter after counter. Neither superstar getting the clear advantage.
Damage starting to affect the challenger.
Yeah, and he's got to think about making that tag sooner. This could get worse.
Knee right to the face. All right, he's got to refocus up now.
Beautiful arm wringer applied. Beautiful back kick. Oh my gosh. Terminating knee smash. Perched up top. Knee drop. Not wasting a sec. Taking flight.
Diving foot stomp.
Brutal.
Taking a chance one more time and landing with incredible impact. He answers right back.
And
Is finally able to keep that string of offense in check.
Brief sign of adrenaline from Rollins.
As was set up in the corner of the ring.
Good technique reversing Rollins. Whipped into the corner with tremendous force. Fends it off. Good counter. Oh, look at the impact here.
Pummeling the chest of their opponent. This is brutal. Good grief.
He's got that look in his eye.
It's go time.
Clearly lost in the moment. He better snap out of it. And gets tossed back into the mat.
Yep, tag was made.
Rear European uppercut.
There's the tag.
He got it. Tag made.
Oh, heinous knee to the face.
Trying to work the arm. Now in control. They're going to have to try to fight out of this. Body shots connecting. Ooh, she puts the brakes on that. Stops the kick.
Oh, well-measured strike.
Boom! Right between the eyes. Did you see that? Propelled through the air. Ooh! Oh!
Oh, man.
Uh-oh. Carefully measured. Oh, man! Leg drop arm breaker. Boom! Oh, kick right in the back. And look at this now. Bad intentions coming with his hold. And looking for an arm submission now.
Great escape from the... Oh, for a little spin. Tremendous power. The champ might have just ended things right there. Seth Rollins just sitting... Look at this!
Somersault plancha!
What a display of fearlessness we just witnessed. That's the kind of attitude you need to... Perched on the shoulders. Oh! Feast your eyes. That could be enough to continue the reign.
Kick out, still has hope.
And look at the disbelief on the face of the champion. They both know what's at stake. Neither competitor is going to lose easy here.
And it's going to take composure now. Could just need one more big move.
That's the eliminating.
Counter. Saw it coming.
Getting set up in the corner now.
Oh, he flips that around.
Ooh, knock your head right off with that knee. Rear European uppercut. Boom! It's okay, they weren't that pretty anyway.
Lynch is losing command in this one.
Becky's fighting spirit needs to cause a change here.
Lots of damage done to the challenger now.
This has been an arduous tag match, but you could be in much worse shape.
In the face! Oh! Pin attempt by the champion.
The tag team champions retain.
Here are your winners, and still the NXT Unity Tag Team Champions and the
A well-deserved victory against tough competition.
And it's more than a win. This match is a reminder of what everyone is fighting for. Not just championships, but a break from the mutiny chaos and a glimpse of what WWE was. And